welcome. This is another UPS Airlines flight that we're going to perform between Jacksonville and back to the main hub, Louisville, UPS 175. Looking at the VATSIM map, looks like we're going to have quite a bit of activity around Atlanta Center. I'm not sure. Let me just double check if there's an event going on, because it kind of looks like there's quite a few controllers online over there. No, it's just Moncton Monday, so I guess there just happens to be a whole bunch of folks over at Atlanta. Multiple center controllers, so kind of rare for that to happen for a non-event, but I'll take it. So we'll probably run into that. But both Jacksonville and Louisville are uncontrolled, so we're gonna be on our own at Jacksonville. Looks like there's just one other aircraft over there, southwest. I've mostly got the airplane ready for pushback. I'm just going to do some final checks here. So got our autopilot, and because we're not really going to because we're not actually going to be controlled, I'm going to just set the altitude to our cruising altitude. So we got that. Alright, flux temp. Got that set to 1 down, right? Oh, yeah, 0.1 down. Alright. APU is on. We're going to turn off the EXT power. Parking brake on, and then we'll have the ground crew get us ready. I'm going to turn on GSX here and prepare for pushback. And I'm going to say, I don't know, standard arrow, whatever. The beacon to prepare for pushback. I'm going to turn the window heater on. Oh.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So you might be wondering why I often have the dome light on in the
Locking gear.
In the A300, it's just really hard to find these engine fuel cutoff switches, so I turn off the dome light once those are all set.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Start now. Engine 2. Oh, Jacksonville just lit up. So I'm going to tune Jacksonville departure now, 124.9. In fact, oh, now I've got a actual. Alright. Let's make sure we got the right squawk here. 3242, yep. So I just got the PDC from the controller that just came online, so I'm just going to verify that the routing and everything is as expected, so it looks like it is. I just need to, expect 26 for departure. I am going to request 32 because it's right next to me. So let's turn on engine 1. It's going to have an initial altitude of 3,000 now, so.
Set parking brakes.
And I assume we'll have, yep, we got ATIS, so let's see. Departing runways 26 and 32, so yeah, there's no reason to go all the way to 26. That's on the other side of the airport, so.
Unlocking gear.
Alright. Going to turn on the heat.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass has been removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Spoilers armed. Final checks, just a very quick check, and then I'm gonna call Jacksonville. Departure UPS 175 Heavy is at Southeast Cargo, ready for taxi. Request runway 32 if possible.
UPS 175, JAX departure, you know that runway 32 is only 7,000 feet long, right?
I counted 7,700. That should be plenty for the A300.
UPS 175, roger, that's approved, and just contact ground 121.9 for the taxi they just got on.
Ground point Niagara, thanks. UPS 175 Heavy. Yeah, so 7,700 feet is just at the cusp of, I did my numbers here already, and 32, they're, takeoff, what did it say? Well, that's funny, it doesn't show me, oh. Actually, hang on. Let me just check this real quick. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's within Anyways, let's just go to Jacksonville ground UPS 175 Heavy is ready for taxi at Southeast Cargo and request runway 32. Did I say ground point 9? Yeah.
UPS 175 Heavy, Jacksonville ground, runway 32. You gonna be able to make that with the weight?
Yes, I did the numbers already. We're good.
Roger, taxi via Sierra November uniform.
Sierra November uniform, runway 32, UPS 175 Heavy. Yeah, so I did the numbers. If I were like going on a cross-country trip, that would be a totally different story. But because it's a short hop to Louisville, I should be perfectly fine. I have done short runways like this before with no problem. Usually I can get off in maybe 5,500, 6,000 feet or so. But yeah, just keep that in mind, of course. In the A300, any heavy, once you get below 8,500 feet or so, that's when you do need to really pay attention to your numbers and make sure that you've got the performance. Their major factor, of course, is weather and wind, and there is a pretty good headwind as well on this runway, so I should be fine. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 290 and 12. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't always rely on wind to calculate this kind of stuff, but it is in my favor. If it were a tailwind, forget it. I'm gonna switch back to here. Turn on the strobes. Now this is still going to be a short runway, so I am going to use as much of it as I can. Make it a Alright. Jacksonville departure, UPS 175 Heavy is holding short 32 ready.
UPS 175 Heavy, GX departure, winds 3107 at 7, fly, runway heading, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, cleared for takeoff 32, UPS 175 Heavy. Alright, so we're gonna start this. Lights, camera, action.
Approaching. 3, 2.
Runway heading, which is already programmed into the
On runway 32.
I'm going to make this not a rolling takeoff. I'm gonna take off. Hope that we make it to. Okay, that's 80 knots. E1. Take off. Rotate rather. Okay, there we go.
PS 175, radar contacts, altitude.
1,500.
APS 175, heavy roger, climb maintain 15,000, clear direct Harry.
15,000 direct area, UPS 175 heavy. Alright, so what are we doing? Why is this already going to carry here? Alright. Flaps. So yeah, you could see that was a little bit tight. I probably, I was definitely relying on the best performance there. If I could understand ATC's concern, but I've handled much worse in the past. You just need to be diligent. Just gonna do a quick check here. Yep, that's done. Okay. Do that. Past 10,000 feet. Lights off.
PS 175 heavy, you're leaving my airspace to the north. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Good night.
Over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. UPS 175 heavy.
Have a good night.
I'm just gonna clear this from there. Right. Be interested to see what cars shows. Let me just see right now if it has it. Okay, so now that we're in Unicom space, I'm gonna take her up to 360. Expecting to get contacted by Atlanta Center in the next 15 minutes or so. But there's 3 controllers right now controlling, so I'm not going to tune in just yet. Well, be crossing 180 pretty soon, so I'll just switch this over. If that were 7,000 feet even, forget it. I wouldn't do that. That extra 700 feet would make all the difference. So now we enter the quote-unquote boring phase. I do like it more when there's actual VATSIM activity going on. It's always fun to hear some of the chatter, but we'll probably hear that pretty soon, assuming Atlanta stays online. Everything's looking good here. so wow. Atlanta Center's like really humming. Got 3 center controllers: Atlanta approach, Asheville, Greenville, Charlotte, Greensboro, and then DC Center's also online with Raleigh and Potomac approach. So what's going on? We got Boston Center online with Albany, Providence, and Boston. So it's a pretty active night. This is pretty busy for a Monday night. Nashville's online too. Should be getting a call from Atlanta Center pretty soon. Like I said, I don't want to contact them just yet because there's 3 controllers on center and I don't know which one to contact. It doesn't have at least that spy does not give you much information about who's controlling what part of center, if it's a sector laterally or some of them go, lower altitudes. And oh, there they are. All right, I got my contact me. So let's see. 125575 Atlanta 2. Yeah, I would have never guessed that. 25575.
Direct in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. No rush. Thank you.
On the pond 305, thanks for talking to me. Leaving my airspace. Change advisory frequencies approved. Good night.
Signature cleared for on the pond 305 heavy. Yeah.
And Atlanta Center, triple 405. I think we should be changing to advisory now.
JetBlue 450. A-firm. Change advisory frequencies approved. Good night.
Change to advisory triple 450. It's in what cargo line calls are right there.
No worries. Good night.
Atlanta Center, UPS 175, flight level 360.
PS 175, Atlanta Center, ident.
Atlanta Center, Giant 422 heavy, passing 11.3, climbing 14,000.
Giant 422, Atlanta Center, good afternoon. Climb and maintain, full double 320, leaving 15,000, correct to Bowling Green.
320, leaving 15,000, direct Bowling Green, Giant 422 head.
Atlanta Center, UPS 175 heavy. We're wanting to make sure you got my flash.
I'm sorry, UPS 175. I'll tell you what, I appreciate you doing that. You're at our contact, Alpha Dublin at flight level 360.
Thank you, UPS 175.
PS 175, clear direct volunteer VOR.
I believe that blob out there in the distance is Atlanta. That's probably Savannah over there.
UPS 175, clear direct to volunteer VOR, Victor X-ray Victor.
Victor X-ray Victor UPS 175. Nice little shortcut there. I'm not sure how much time that saves, but
Center 1410, leaving my airspace. Memphis Center is offline. Change advisor, frequency is approved. Good night.
Over to Unicom, Delta 1410, thanks. Soup!
Work 563, leaving my airspace. Memphis is offline. Good night.
Switching over to Unicom for American 563. Good night. Sleep tight.
Don't let the big bugs bite. Southwest 430, same to you. Leave my airspace. Memphis offline. Good night.
Memphis offline. ATC 0 will monitor CTAF 1 or Unicom 122.8. Southwest 430. Good night.
Good night. Number 3 Bravo Delta, clear direct to. Let's see. Clear direct to Courser, number 3 Bravo Delta, and climb and maintain flight level 290.
Clear direct Courser and up to flight level 290 for November 103 Bravo Delta.
Atlanta Center, good evening. American 2685, flight level 370.
2685 with Atlanta Center ident. Center 147, leave my airspace. Jacksonville Center is offline. Change advisor, frequency is approved. Good night.
Over to Unicom, Delta 147, good night.
Atlanta Center, November 103 Bravo Delta, and to verify the altitude, you said flight level 290, correct?
Is that what you'd like for your cruising altitude?
Yeah, that works. We could do that for 3 Bravo Delta.
Roger. For 2685, your radar contact 5 Southwest Rocket at flight level 370.
Atlanta Center, Delta 929 is at 8,400 and going up to 14,000.
Delta 929, Atlanta Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 350.
Up to 350 for Delta 929.
Southwest 1972, leave my airspace. Jacksonville Center is offline. Change advisory frequency approved. Good night.
Advisory for Southwest 1972. Good night. Thanks for FTC.
Thanks. Go to 1402, leave my airspace. Jacksonville Center is offline. Change advisory frequency approved. Good night.
Advisory 1402.
UPS 175, contact Atlanta Center 125.62.
13562 UPS 175, thank you.
Thanks, we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Is that right?
Air Canada 7225, contact Indianapolis Center 128.22.
2822 for Air Canada, 7225 heavy CF.
Delta 1192, cross Aussie to maintain 2000, the Atlanta altimeter 3019er.
Cross Aussie and maintain 12,000, altimeter 3019, Delta 1192.
Southwest 1263, center maintain level 240.
Down at 240, Southwest 1263.
Atlanta Center UPS 175, flight level 360.
UPS 175, Atlanta Center, roger.
Center, can we get higher, Delta 3144? Center, Delta 3144, can we get higher? I'm not showing him online.
American 1138, Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain level 230, delete speed restrictions. American 1138, Atlanta Center, climb maintain level 230, delete speed restrictions.
Atlanta, Delta 3144, can we get higher?
Jeez, what's going on?
Delta 3144, climb maintain level 270.
270, 3144.
Dallas 267, men altitude, maintain flight level 350 for traffic. Southwest 267, at men altitude, maintain flight level 350 for traffic.
350 for traffic, Southwest 267.
Southwest 1263 across Oz, you got to maintain 12,000 at 250 knots. The Atlanta altimeter at 3019er.
What was that altitude for Aussie?
Aussie at 12,000, 250 knots.
Aussie at 12,000, 250 knots.
And 49, at men altitude, maintain level 350 for traffic. Hey, for maintain level 350.
There's Atlanta right there. Doesn't look like
Walker
it
1108, descend and maintain
from this
17,000.
distance, but
The Charlotte altimeter
right
at
now
3007.
it's pretty congested. There's 12 folks in line for departure, and looks like Southwest 267, which was just given that altitude amendment.
Atlanta Southwest
Might be me
1672
that
is looking for lower.
is getting in the way there.
Who was that?
Southwest 1672.
I expect to see some traffic looking at that spot anyways. Probably just a little outside of my range.
And we're still looking for lower, Southwest 1672.
Alright, sir, I was trying to find you there. Contact Atlanta approach 133.47 all lower.
All right, 3347, catch later, Southwest 1672.
So, yeah. Number 1 kilo echo, contact Atlanta approach 133.47, good day.
3347, 1 kilo echo, thanks man. Ooh.
So, yeah. Hurricane 1138, Jacksonville, flying ready service terminated, free continue free, we'll see you. Southwest 812, contact Washington Center 133.72. Southwest 812, contact Washington Center 133.72. And American 1138, Jacksonville is offline. Radio service terminated. Frequency change approved. Oh, good. Good night.
There's some blinking lights.
Dodge at 3404, contact rear approach 118.8. Good day.
Order approach on 118.8, Dodge at 3404.
So, yeah. Delta 3144, send via the Jonesy 5 arrival landing north, Charlotte altimeter 3007.
Alright, send via the Jonesy 5 for Delta 3144. We got a request.
Good.
Can we delete the speeds until Jonesy?
All yours.
Thanks, Delta 3144.
American 2685, Atlanta Center, roger, hello. Number 14716 uniform at Atlanta Center, roger. Hello, the rear altimeter 3012. No, 49, climb maintained, flight level, 410.
And there is Southwest.
Delta 9946,
267.
cross Andre to maintain 13,000 at 250 knots, the Atlanta altimeter 3019er.
Summer 3019 Andre,
Certainly.
13, 13,000, speed 250 now, Delta 9946 heavy.
Delta 1496, Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain, flight level 390. Walker 11-0, contact shot at approach 120.5, good day. Good night. American 323, Atlanta Center, hello. American 323, Charlotte altimeter 3007. And number 76 uniform, maintain VFR out of below 11,500. Delta 1192, connect Atlanta approach 133.47.
3347, Delta 1192, thanks.
Southwest 267, Dix Club, climb maintain, flight level 370.
Up to 370, Southwest 267.
So 63, connect Atlanta approach 133.47, we'll see ya.
Over to approach Southwest 1263, see ya.
See ya. Delta 66, Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain, level 370. Delta 2404, Atlanta Center, hello. Corner State 14, Atlanta Center, roger.
Wireless Center just came online, so I'll expect
Charge 3403 Atlanta Center, hello. Brickyard 3458, contact Indianapolis Center. That's going to be 128.22, we'll see you up. Indy Center 128.22, good day, to 3458.
Southwest 267.
South 267, go ahead.
Close and leave cockpit for like 1 minute.
Yes, fine. Data 3144, connect Charlotte approach 120.5, good day.
20.5, good day, Delta 20, correction 3144.
Affirmative 5, Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain 16,000. Bearings 3880 Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain level 230, delete speed restrictions. American 2685, send power discretion, maintain level 240.
Southwest 267 back.
Roger. Data 378 Atlanta Center, hello, climb maintain level 330. American 2685, clear direct tracks.
South American 952. South American 952.
American 962, Atlanta Center, hello.
American 952. American 952.
American 952, Atlanta Center, hello.
American 952, go.
And who else is calling?
American 952, you call me?
Not you, a different person. Who else is calling? I guess not. Delta 9946, Kayak Atlanta approach 133.47.
133.47, Georgia, San Jose.
Georgia 3403, descend and maintain 11000, the Asheville altimeter 3014. Dallas 463, Atlanta Center, hello. American 1265, Atlanta Center, hello. Climb maintain level 270. Delta 360, Washington Center offline, British service terminated, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, Delta 360, thank you.
Bearing 3888, Jacksonville offline, British service terminated, frequency change approved. Southwest 2431, are you on frequency? Roger.
So you might notice that a lot of aircraft are not being heard, and it looks like the reason for that is
American 323, contact shot approach 120.5.
the Atlanta Center, the frequency.
Good night, American 1275, climb maintain, flight level 340.
Is combined with another frequency. And in fact, you know, whenever this kind of thing happens, I sometimes get a little bit nervous that I somehow missed a couple calls, even though I've been here this whole time. So I'm just going to
UPS 135, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
that was UPS 175.
Hey, from UPS 175, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
12557, thanks. UPS 175.
Start runner 5, cross Aussie, out of maintain 12000 at 250 knots, the Atlanta altimeter 30.
Give a shot when we're back, you know, 1775, baby.
Yeah, so that guy sometimes kind of was a little bit rushed with his verbiage, so sometimes I might miss a call, but luckily I didn't, so. Atlanta Center, UPS 175, flight level 360.
UPS 175, I told you I'd talk to you again. Good afternoon.
I was starting to doubt it, but yep, here I am.
It's the magical route line. Actually, you talked to everyone at Atlanta Center. It's pretty funny. You went through 3 different frequencies.
Actually, I stayed with the last one, but I guess he combined the 2 frequencies together, so I stayed on that one.
Yeah, Tim went to go get food from Taco Bell, so yeah, that's why. I thought you got to him before he got off.
Alright, so we're gonna be
Only a short stay with me, though. Another 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I was starting to doubt it.
Yeah. Let's go all the way down to 4,000 out of 4116.
So let's start to brief on the approach. I've done this so many times. Model 1. Can't say I've memorized it, but I have a pretty good idea. So we're coming in from La Fox. We're going to be at Cobb's at 280 knots. Let's just make sure that is all programmed in. So La Fox, Kofi. Wait, what's this? Oh, here's Cobb's. 16,000, yep. And I can see, unlike the last time we did this, if you recall, I think it was on the route from San Juan to Jacksonville. I had a weird glitch with the FMC where it was recording all of the altitude restrictions and speed restrictions, but it didn't seem to be actually following that on the profile, so I kind of had to take things a little more manually there. But it looks like now this one seems to be handled.
Atlanta Center, United 1775 Heavy. We're back in the cockpit.
Gotcha.
So you can see that the top of descent here is appropriate. We go down. A rush is at 183. It used to be the last time it would just stay at flight level 360 or whatever, and then the very next one in like 10 miles is like 16,000, and then any of these waypoints that didn't have a altitude restriction just stayed at flight level 360. So like it would be 11,000, 360, 7,000, which obviously is not correct and senseless. So
Delta 4116, Roger, cleared visual approach. Runway 24.
it's not a big deal when it does that. It's only happened to me that one time though. I'm not sure. I might have done something wrong, or I'm not exactly sure, but it's no biggie. You know, one thing that's important, especially when you're on VATSIM, is you need to be able to handle stuff like that. So, let's say your autopilot's not really working right, your FMC is not really working right. Well, you should be able to always have a backup that you can use. So, your autopilot doesn't work, you've got to fly it manually. If your FMC is not showing the right data
GPS 175, I told you it was a short stay. Change advisory frequency is approved. Have a nice night.
Oh, Indy just went offline? Alright, 122.8, UPS 175.
Wait a minute, I'm an idiot. Yeah, contact Indianapolis Center. What am I thinking? Sorry.
Alright, thank you. UPS 175.
Good night.
You see, you gotta stay on
4116, runway 24 to land.
128.225. Alright, that was a little awkward. But that's the other thing is...
What's the altitude?
You should always...
climbing for 12,000 feet, 02 Bravo.
02 Bravo, your radar contact, climb to flight level 250.
Climb level, flight level 250, 02 Bravo.
Indy Center, UPS 175, flight level 360.
UPS 175, Indy Center, roger.
Yeah, so it's always good to have that spy on, just to give you some situational awareness. You know, in real life flying, you're going to have other tools to help you know which centers you should be expecting next. But with VATSIM, it's a little bit different because centers go online and offline all the time, and so you need to kind of should always kind of stay ahead of the game and say, all right, I'm expecting to be handed off at some point in the next, 50 miles or so. It's not always exactly on the border. They do the handoffs usually 20 miles, give or take, either early or 20 miles late even. So you always want to stay ahead. Sometimes I even, will put it on standby just so that I have it on hand. As you could hear from the last one, he didn't even give me a frequency because he was so flustered from his little
American
mistake.
2424, sorry. Turn left heading 210.
Left heading 210 for American 24.
So just get that spy and keep it on hand and to see when you should expect. There's other reasons. If you need to take a bathroom break, you want to plan it accordingly. You don't want to go too close.
American
to
2424 to center maintain 3000. Keep the turn heading 200.
And of
Maintain
course,
3000 heading
if
20.
you're gonna go to the bathroom, even if it's a 2-minute break, just let center know so that they're not calling you and not hearing back from you. So most of the controllers are very accommodating with that kind of stuff. If you need to leave for like 5 minutes, they're going to let you do it as long as you're not in some critical phase of flight. Obviously, if you're on approach or something like that, they're not going to do it. But if you're like even here, I'm a little bit close to the top of descent. I'm expecting to be there, let's see, probably in the next 6 minutes or so. So this would not be a good time for me. In fact, I should be expecting them to either give me a descent instruction or descend via. I've noticed that in Louisville, they tend to do the descend vias a little bit late. They first give you a few descent steps, and then
American 2424, advise to get the field in sight.
We have the field in sight for American 24.
American 2424, cleared visual approach, runway 23 left.
Third visual approach 23 left.
and then they tell you, descend via level 1 or whatever it is. So I'm not exactly sure. It's probably just, all the centers have their different little cultures and different
UPS
SOPs.
175, at pilot's discretion, plot level 240.
PD 240, UPS 175. So yeah, just right there. We're going to start our descent.
Euro 906, contact Atlanta Center 132.907.
Over to
So what I
Atlanta
can do is,
3297,
because it's
Euro
PD, I can
906 heavy, see ya.
decide
Right.
to just go by the profile. It's up to you when you want to start to descend, but I usually let the FMC dictate that. Sometimes I might start it a little bit earlier if I feel like the winds are going to be a little bit unpredictable, but generally speaking, just you always have the speed brakes to help you out, keep your descent on target. But yeah, usually in most other places, they would just, at this point, they would tell you to descend via level 1 or whatever star you have, but for whatever reason, they don't do it that way at Indianapolis Center. They first give you descent instructions. Sometimes it's descend down to a certain altitude.
Air Canada 7225, Indy, contact Cleveland now 119.87.
Sometimes it's
1987
discretion
for Air
to.
Canada 7225, happy to see you.
So it all depends. I can't really.
American 2424, wind 1709, runway 23 left, clear to land.
23 left, clear to land. 2027.
And because of the nature of Louisville, they often ask you which runway you would prefer to land on, because UPS has cargo bays on, or cargo ramps on both sides of the airport, and unless it's super busy, they'll accommodate you there as well. So I would expect.
City Center, Delta 929 back.
Delta 929, roger.
I would expect to hear that request pretty soon as well. So we got information Kilo right now with approaches 17 left and 17 right. Visual approaches, I guess. Okay. Winds have died down. When I started this flight, they were gusting quite a bit, but they have since gone down to just 10 knots. 150 at 10, so should be a pretty easy approach for sure. I'm going to plug this in. I know this is probably not a proper protocol, but I tend to just use this as my scratch pad and just say, all right, that's the transition altimeter setting. So now we've started our descent. I am going to turn on continuous ignition. Reason for that is my understanding is the Airbus 300 most aircraft it's automatic. It's just going to do that for you, but in the A300 you have to specify it, and it basically is, when you're descending on idle, the engine has some risk of stalling out, a compressor stall or something that stops the engine, and this is especially
Agent 360, traffic for you at your 12 o'clock, 10 miles, moving right to left, 1,000 feet below is an Embraer 175.
This is especially true at low air
Brickyard
speeds.
3458, traffic for you at your 9 o'clock, 8 miles, moving northeastbound, 1,000 feet above is an Airbus.
So you kind of want to have this continuous
We're
relay
looking for
to just
Delta
ensure
58.
that, if that happens, it can just, spool them back up.
American
So definitely don't want
2424.
them to turn off on you on short final. That would make for
American 2424, taxi to the ramp via Charlie in uniform. Have a good night.
Charlie uniform, 2424.
Southwest 3364, leave my airspace to the north. Chicago's closed. Frequency change approved. Have a good day.
Over to Unicom, have a great night. Southwest 3364, we'll see you.
So one thing to take note is
Allegiant 360, descend and maintain flight level 290.
Down to flight level
following
290,
the
Legion
route
360.
of the star, we're not actually cleared to descend via the star. And the reason for that is we were
UPS 175, descend by the Lidl 1 arrival landing south, the Louisville altimeter 3014.
cleared Little 1, landing south, altimeter 3014, UPS 175. So now that we've done that, now we are cleared to descend. So before we were only given a PD clearance, a discretion clearance to 240,
Center FedEx
which
1685
is
Heavy Flight Level
actually
360.
independent of
FedEx 1685,
the
Indy Center,
profile
roger.
of the star. It's really just, so now that we've done that, we can just say, all right, we've got it plugged in, it's all programmed into our FMC, so we're going to go down to 6,000. And because it has all of the restrictions programmed in, it's going to follow that path. And that includes speed restrictions and all of that. So I just plug that into the autopilot, and then I just monitor it, and I make sure that it is in fact doing what it's expected to do. This doesn't mean, set and forget. You do need to, right now you're supervising the autopilot, and so we are at coffee. It's expecting that to hit at 230. We've got the descent profile here. Everything looks right. And again, I made sure that A-Rush, this is a reasonable flight level to be at A-Rush before we reach Cobb's at 16,000. So all of this is makes sense, and it factors in, of course, the speed restrictions. So it's going to shallow the descent to bleed that extra airspeed and do all of that for us. So I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but I'm hoping there's a few newbies out there who are interested in getting into that sim, and really airliners in general. It's good to keep all of this in mind. It's one thing if you bug and annoy an AI ATC, especially the default one in MSFS, but I'm always embarrassed. I think it happens to all of us. That's the other thing to keep in mind. I've had my moments where I screwed up, and I might even get a stern lecturing from somebody because of that. We all make mistakes, but I try to avoid them as much as possible. I try to learn from my mistakes, and you also have to, you have to come in with a little bit of humility, because you can embarrass yourself on VATSIM. I'm not going to lie about that, especially when you're brand new starting out. I mean, I am a private pilot, and I have done radio calls in real life all the time as a private pilot, but for some reason VATSIM is especially just really, really nerve-wracking to use sometimes.
Indy Center, American 1626, flight level 340, 79 miles east of the Charleston Viewer.
American 1626, Indy Center, good evening.
At this point, I can switch over to alright, so now I has to keep up a little bit because of the transition, but not too bad. I don't even need drag for that. Let's do another check of everything here. And start a little bit of the approach checklist here. So auto brake is low. We're going to do arm the speed brakes, spoilers for landing. And dead ahead, that big blob of light right there is Louisville. So right now we're about to reach Cobb, so we are going down to 280 as published in the star. And we're about to cross at 16,000 just as we planned. It's been awfully quiet in center.
Delta 929, clear direct bonnet.
Clear direct bonnet for 929.
Air Canada 420, leaving my airspace. Atlanta's closed. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Unicom for Air Canada 420. Thank you. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
Should be asking me which runway I want pretty soon, I would hope. If not, I will volunteer that information. So we got Lima. Indy Center, UPS 175 heavy. We've got Lima on board, and we request 17 right if possible.
UPS 175, you can expect the visual approach for runway 17 right.
Expect the visual 17 right, UPS 175 heavy. just make sure that's what I plugged in here. So 17 right, 110.3, 110.3, 170 on the course, 2,2500, or depending on what we do here. I wouldn't mind having a short approach, but alright, we're about to get under 10,000, so let's turn on those lights.
FedEx 1685, descend and maintain flight level 300.
Is that for 1685?
Brickyard 3458, descend and maintain flight level 280.
Maintain flight level 280, Brickyard 3458.
Allegiant 360, descend and maintain flight level 240.
The flight level 240, Legion 360.
Allegiant 360, cross Hoover at a maintain 9,000, the Akron Canton altimeter 3013.
Sorry, can you say the L2 one more time for Hoover?
Yeah, Allegiant 360 Hoover at 9,000, altimeter 3013.
13 will cross Hoover at 9,000, Legion 360.
There's the airport over there.
Center FedEx 1685 has a Bravo for Indianapolis.
FedEx 1685, roger. FedEx 1685, descend by the Snakebit 2, arrival landing southwest. The Indianapolis altimeter is 3008.
Send me the request to 3008 FedEx 1685, thank you.
Breakout 3458, Chicago's closed. No further ATC frequency change approved. Good day.
Advisory, Victoria 3458, good day, take care.
Number 7502 Bravo, Lima Airspace, Washington is closed. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved. Info 290 go.
Downtown Louisville right there. Start altitude holding, and I'm gonna reduce the speed to 210, just because I don't want to get too far away from the airport too quickly. I'm hoping he calls my base pretty soon here.
UPS 175, descend and maintain 4,000.
Down at 4,000, UPS 175. It's like his ears are bleeding. He knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to bring the first scotch of flaps in here.
UPS 175, turn left heading to 60.
Left 260, UPS 175.
Delta 929, descend and maintain flight level 280. Delta 929, descend and maintain flight level 280.
Delta 280 for Delta 929. Sorry about that. I thought you said 979.
All good. UPS 175, turn left heading 190. Advise you get the field site.
190, and we do have the field. UPS 175 heavy.
UPS 175 heavy, cleared visual approach runway 17 right.
Cleared the visual 17 right. UPS 175 heavy. So, although it's a visual approach, I am going to use the ILS to guide me in, which is fine. It's okay to do that as long as you're really verifying with visual flight rules, as I am doing. If the ATIS or NOTAMs were to say that the ILS is out of service, then you really shouldn't do that. But given this is a simulator, which doesn't really
Allegiant 360 contact Cleveland Center 119.87. Have a good day.
So I'm going to bring it down to 180 now. And just going to brief myself on the final approach. Alright, final approach speed is 127. So we got the spoilers armed, speed brakes low. Now that I'm at 180, I'm going to get the next notch of flaps down. I'm going to wait until I'm basically at, we're 10 miles away now. I usually wait until the final waypoint before I really bring it down to 127.
UPS 175, you know what ramp you're going to?
Ramp 5, UPS 175.
Copy that.
Sure that we have not gotten landing clearance yet, so.
Delta 929, leaving my airspace. Chicago is closed. Frequency change approved. Have a good night.
Frequency change approved. Thank you for your ATC. You have a good night, sir. See ya.
See ya.
VPS 175, wind 180 runway 17 right, clear to land.
17 right, clear to land, EPS 175 heavy. Alright, there we go. Now we're clear to land. That's the other thing you gotta pay attention to. They're usually very good at keeping track, but sometimes, especially if you're, sometimes the controller has an off day, or sometimes there's just really busy traffic and controller is a little bit overwhelmed by that, especially if it's a center controller doing top down across a whole bunch of airports and there's just way too much going on for the traffic for just one controller to handle. Sometimes they do, you know, they're human, they lose track, and you know, you have to stay diligent because you don't want to land without a landing clearance, even if it's simulated, even if it's, they should have given it to you, even if right now there's nobody at Louisville, but you know, you are still simulating actual ops, so
Approaching 17 right.
always like to get that confirmation that you got the right runway, right? I've been targeting out 17 right for the past 20 minutes. As usual, I gotta figure out my yoke here because it does seem to be a little bit finicky here.
Center, American 3271.
3271, go ahead.
We've been with you for 320 for a little bit. We're just wondering if we need to call you for top percent.
American 3271, yeah, you can. I'll be off in 10 minutes, but I'll get you down. You can descend flight level 240 for now.
Alright, PD down 240, American 24. Or, that's 3271, thanks.
As usual, I think straight ahead is, oh no, that's UPS 7. UPS 175, we're at Bravo 4. Do you want Charlie or Bravo?
UPS 175, you can take Bravo to 5.
Bravo to 5, thank you for the agency, UPS 175 heavy.
Yeah.
Alright. So now we can turn that off.
FedEx 1685, Charlie's current for Indy, altimeter 3008, expect the ILS runway 23 left.
3008, and we'll expect the ILS at 23 left, 1685 as of
again. As usual, I forget. Well, I guess I can do this. We'll do 5 south, and we'll do Bravo 8. So should be somewhere over here. Let's see. I think. Yeah, that would be 5 north. This is 5 south. Turn this off. So that's probably way over there. So the thing I just gotta keep in mind is sometimes yeah, I guess that's it over there. Okay. So this is probably the part of this is probably the skill I have the worst at here, is actually doing the parking. So we'll see how we do here. Let's make sure I got this right here. That little thing is not actually a line. This is the line. Okay. So I'm gonna get in here. Let's see how well we do here. This is where I truly embarrass myself. Alright, so we got
FedEx 1685 Heavy at Larry, cleared ILS 23 left approach.
At Larry, cleared ILS 23 left approach, FedEx 1685 Heavy.
American 3271, descend via the Scarlet 2 arrival, landing west, the Columbus altimeter 3016.
Alright, 3016 will descend via the Scarlet 2, landing west, American 3271.
I think I might go just a little bit more. Okay, that wasn't a very good parking. Okay. I gotta, I should actually read the documentation for these parking systems. And I think, as usual,
Cargo stand not available. The airplane is not correctly parked.
whatever. Alright. Let's just make sure I got everything situated here. Okay. So, just do checks on that. Okay. Yeah, with the chocks on, I can release the parking brake. And that is that. So pretty uneventful flight. Let's take a look at the stats here. So I'll submit my pirate. And let's just see here. So touchdown, it's 220 feet per minute, which is pretty average for me. according to according to Smart Cars, my takeoff point was at just over the halfway mark, so that runway was certainly long enough for me. Like I said, if it were a cross-country trip or an international transatlantic trip, I would have not done that, but then, yeah, Louisville is there. Yep, okay. Alright, well, I will see you next time.